the underground. Make madness your ritual.
Jesus Christ, you know what it is. It's Friday. It's Friday. Do me a favor. Check out Lowbrow Saints Tattoo Collective, 3456. See, I'm just messing up already. See, I should have smoked pot before we went. I would have been okay by then. All right, here we go. We got, let me see here, 3456 Minnehaha Avenue, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Contact availability via www.instagram.com/Lowbrow Saints. Stop staring at me. I can feel you looking this way. Check out the Shred Den. Hours Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 11 a.m. to fucking 5 p.m. 9100 85th Avenue North, Suite 100, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. 763-350-2191. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, www.theshredden.net. Hit those guys up. You're looking for some fancy guitars. One of the guys here was talking about a 5150. Rob, somebody wants to buy your 5150. He says he won't buy it unless you give him a good goddamn deal, you some bitch. He didn't say that. It was all me. Don't hold it against him. But give him a good deal, Rob. If you're looking for some designs, Narwhal Design Solution is the place for you. My good friend Justin Boney has done a ton of designs for people around the Twin Cities, be it beer vendors, weed drink vendors, fucking every band, and your mom's Bardello. She's done all of the fucking designs for everybody. So if you're looking for some good stuff, Justin Boney's the guy. Facebook, Instagram, the World Wide Web at Narwhal Design Solutions. Justin Boney at gmail.com. Hit him up. He will get you handled up in this piece. It's Friday. the 20th. It was beautiful in Minnesota. You know what? Like earlier this week, we had 87 inches of snow or some stupid shit like that. Like, where the? There we go. Where the hell did that all come from? I think Mother Nature's drunk. What do you think about that?
Maybe she's high.
Maybe she should be high.
Maybe she should be high.
You know what I mean? Like, who fucking knows? How's it going, fellas? You got the Slag fellas in the house today. Let me see here. Why don't you guys go around? Tell me who you are and what you do in the band.
My name is Eric, and I play lead guitar.
I'm Ike. I play the bass.
Welcome.
I am Roth, and I play rhythm guitar.
Welcome. How you guys doing this fine Friday? How was your week, man? Let's start out with that. How'd your week go?
I mean, it was all right. Just worked.
Yeah.
I'm a machinist.
Playing with numbers and punching in numbers and
measuring
code.
parts and all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Hung out with the family, played video games, played some guitar.
So chill.
I got real chilled and ready to come out here.
Well, I mean, the first half of the week, you had to fucking battle with the shoveling and everything like that, huh?
I leave that to my kids.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, your kids are old enough to do it?
Yeah, or sometimes I just say the sun is my shovel.
There you go.
So I just wait
That
a
was
couple
this
days.
week, dude.
Yeah, just wait 2 days.
Yeah, I just kind of shoveled it to the side. I was like, fuck it, let it rip, man. Let it rip. How about you, sir? How was your week?
Oh, let's see. Well, I started out my week plowing the parking lot at work. Yeah, of course. And then I broke the brand new snowblower that they got for us.
They don't make them like they used to, dude. That's all I'm saying. I know that. It's for a fucking fact, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of my coworkers, the new maintenance guy, to plow the sidewalk, he took the fucking telehandler down the goddamn sidewalk, and he took out an electrical box on the side of the sidewalk.
Have a South Minneapolis without power.
Pissed off higher ups, I bet.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they weren't happy about it. He had to piss in a cup.
Oh, that's even worse, man. Where's the nearest head shop? That's what I'd be asking.
Yeah.
Where's No Name?
Yeah, let me just make a stop real quick.
Yeah, right. Get that fancy bottle. You throw in the microwave for 10 seconds. I've never used it before.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I know. You know what? I always thought that they should, people should stop telling each other about it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, somebody's going to figure out the combination of it. And we're all going to piss hot, I don't drive anymore for work, so I'm happy about that. But I have to do that. How about you, sir? How was your week?
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Basically just hung out with my kid.
Yeah.
Moved up to the Twin Cities recently, so mostly just settling in.
Awesome.
Right?
Where you moving from?
Canby, Minnesota.
Oh, shit. Where's Canby at?
Middle of nowhere.
Basically, yeah. Like,
Don't want to know.
15, 20-minute drive and you're in South Dakota. That's
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A few hours away then, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. That's crazy. What made you decide to finally move this way?
Civilization. For real.
Oh, yeah. That's good, though, man. You know what? You figure it out and say, fuck it. What did we listen to? We're supposed to listen to a different song, and for some reason, I think I bumped the wrong one. So we did get Devil's Kettle. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Tell me about the song. Tell me what.
That song is about sacrificing our lead singer to the Devil's Kettle waterfall on the North Shore.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's based on an experience of them
Yeah.
going hiking. It was me, him, and the singer, and we went hiking up on the North Shore.
Yeah.
And they took some acid before they went on the trail.
And ecstasy.
Yeah.
So they were all fucked up. I wasn't. I was just smoking weed. That's all.
Yeah.
So I was kind of
Allegedly.
allegedly. So I was babysitting these guys, and there was a joke in there about we're gonna sacrifice Levi, and he actually kind of was buying into it, and he's like, "Oh my god, are they really gonna do it?" So that
On a head full of acid and shit, I'd be like, "Whoa, are you guys serious, man? Come on!" I'd be crying and losing my mind, dude.
Literally, he was like, seriously, guys?
no, not
I
seriously.
didn't join this band for this. That's hilarious, man.
Well, he's also our brother, me, him, and the singer brothers.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Crazy, dude. That's awesome, man. Family jamming, huh?
Yeah. Well, our mom's least favorite song is obviously the singer.
Yeah.
it would have been the bass player, but Levi's a rare exception.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I always like to start with this, man. And if you've ever watched the show, it's like it's something that I love to hear about. It's the very beginning of how you got started with music and like what was going on in the house. What were mom and dad playing? What was going on in the air? Brothers and sisters, uncles, cousins, anybody who pushed you towards the heavier side of music. And then what was your first instrument?
Well, the person who really pushed me towards music was my brother right here, Eric. Yeah. And then I'll let him tell you where he got his music taste from.
Shit, I remember my mom basically going on car rides and listening to stuff on either the radio mostly or classic rock. Like she really liked the Eagles.
Yeah.
And Eagles and Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin and stuff.
So all the good shit.
Yeah, I remember listening to a lot of that when I was younger. And then my dad had some tapes and stuff. He had like an Aerosmith bootleg live.
Yeah.
Which I had and which I really liked. So just listening to some of that old classic rock stuff growing up, I really liked. And then Black Sabbath too. I remember actually like really getting into Black Sabbath and then like, oh my God, I've heard like fucking 90% of these songs.
Right.
So I was like, my parents, obviously. The first tape I actually ever owned, weirdly, it was Bryan Adams. Yeah.
Summer of '60.
Yeah, it was that tape too. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. But I remember like hearing Metallica too, like the Black Album. That was 90, 91?
Yeah.
So I was like 8. Then I kind of went through like a rap phase, I guess, when I was younger. But then when I got a little older, kind of went through that new metal phase, I guess,
Yeah.
Like my brother, I always liked Metallica and like Guns N' Roses. That was actually my first band that I ever actually really, really loved and obsessed with was Guns N' Roses. Yeah. I liked all their stuff, and like Slash was my favorite guitar player at that time. And that kind of put me forward into more like heavier stuff. It's like, I like these guys. I want to listen to more heavier stuff. So then I had some stuff off the Black Album that I listened to, but that was like the only Metallica that I knew.
Right.
It wasn't until later that my buddy showed me some more Metallica stuff. But my brother actually showed me Pantera, and that shit blew me away.
Now, how are the age differences between all of you? What who's the oldest? Who's the youngest?
So the brother I'm talking about is my older brother Joe.
Okay.
And he's like a couple of years older than me, a year and a half. And then there's like a 7-8 year age difference between Levi and I.
Yeah, I think it's 8 years between you and Levi, and then between me and Levi, it's about 3 years.
Yeah, I'm 42 and he's 30, so we're about 12 years apart from each other.
Okay.
So, so I thought that was awesome, Pantera. So when I heard that, I was just like, that was like the days of Napster when it was like fucking becoming huge,
Yeah, the Wild West.
So I was like downloading all this cool stuff, and then they had like Limp Bizkit and fucking Linkin Park and all these guys on one track. It was really just a fucking virus,
Yeah.
But so that was kind of introduction to the rock stuff. So kind of like Stained for a time,
Yeah.
But it kind of got past all that stuff.
Yeah. Dude, a Stained song popped up on my shit this morning, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm listening to it, and I turn it up, I look at it, and I go, holy fuck, Stained. I actually liked it.
Yeah. There's some stuff that wasn't too bad.
The early shit.
Now he has like a big fucking, he's a piece of shit. He's
a big country guy, and then he's a real conservative dude.
Yeah, and he just fucking shit talks the entire time.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Shit on the people in the crowd too. Some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, let's see. I started out listening to like Slipknot. My first CD ever was Slipknot. I got that from him for my birthday.
Nice.
I used to have in high school. I had fucking Cowboys from Hell, the Black Album, and fucking Kill 'Em All on tape, and that was like the 3 albums that I had rotating in and out of the car.
Oh yeah.
All the time. I must listen to those things a fucking 100 times.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's cool. It's cool though. I mean, having brothers, I suppose, to share the music between everybody. If you only have so many albums, you're like, hey, what do you got? Let me steal some of your shit. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I listen to heavier shit than my brother now, my older brother.
Yeah.
You know, he still likes the heavy stuff, but like,
He's got like 15 bands he listens to, and like that's it.
What are some of the 15? Do you know?
Like Lamb of God, Devil Driver. I mean, of course, he still likes Metallica, Pantera, stuff like that. You know, more like the
I seen it.
more like the kind of like entry level bands that more people know about.
Yeah.
You know, not
still good bands. He likes Testament and stuff too.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh yeah. So how about instrument wise? What was your guys' instruments? Your first instruments? What'd you start on?
I fucking played trombone in band way back in the day. Yeah, trombone. I actually figured out how to play.
It wasn't rusty, right?
No, it got rusty after a while. That came later. There was a lot of fucking spit on that thing.
Oh Jesus,
that's awesome. You got a shout out. It says, let's see, BKY Production says shout out to can be LOL. Justin Rickett says, hell yeah, Slag.
fucking Justin.
That's awesome. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it very much.
Justin's from a band from the area we're at. They're kind of new. We played a show with them.
What are they called?
Divided Mass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we played the show with them at the Keller Bar a few weeks back.
Awesome, man.
Real cool guys.
Appreciate you joining us, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's fantastic. How about you, sir? What were you getting into as a kid?
So both of my parents kind of both had similar taste in music. So stuff like Motley Crue, Queensryche, Van Halen, which is actually kind of where I got my name because I'm named after David Lee Roth.
Nice.
Hence Roth Hartman.
Nice.
So my first instrument was actually the drums when I was like 3 because my dad was a musician himself.
Oh, that's
so
even cooler.
he was kind of trying to like pass on the torch, so to speak.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up the guitar until I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
But picked it up, taught myself. Buddy of mine also the same year got a bass. He taught himself how to play bass, and we kind of like traded every now and then. So I was kind of trading to like learn both guitar and bass at the same time, right? I mean, it's only natural.
Probably helped you, at growing as a musician on both ends too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially when you're at the same caliber, getting into it, and you're jamming. And if you could swap instruments, fucking hey, that'd be bad as shit. Dude.
Right.
You know what? I always like to see a band do that live, where they just switch off and each move on to a different instrument.
The one band that I saw do that a whole bunch was Ambassador Gun. That's basically the band. Some of the guys from Cobra Czar. I don't know if you've heard of those guys. They're fucking awesome around town. But they had a band called Ambassador Gun, and that's what they would do. They're a 3-piece, and they would just rotate. Like they'd play 1 or 2 songs. Like dude wrote this on a guitar, so then he'd switch to bass. You know what I mean? They just keep switching and rotating. It was really, really cool.
That's sick.
Yeah, and they were each one of them were fantastic musicians too. So it was like you couldn't tell who was doing. You know what I mean? It's real solid. And then Cobra Czar obviously forms into something badass. But so like who's your influence to push you to the heavier stuff? Like what was
legitimately the first band that I ever got into, like basically by myself without like parental influence, was also Slipknot. Funny enough. So and it just got heavier from there. You know, I also kind of had like a phase where I liked rap and like the rap metal and just kind of new metal and like all of the different stuff. But as far as musically, I'm all over the board. Right. Really. The 2 things I won't listen to are like country or dubstep.
Right. So let me ask you this: like, with you guys are younger than I am. Like, when it came to Slipknot and seeing those guys, what was your thought of those guys when you first saw them?
Shit, well, they were basically my first introduction into metal. Well, I mean, I guess technically it was Union Underground, but we don't have to talk about that.
So many people do that.
When I first heard Slipknot, I thought they were extreme and super heavy. Yeah. I mean, and I go back, I listened to like the first 3 albums and like still pretty damn good. Right.
Right.
I mean, I don't really listen to them quite as much as I did then, but you know, still a solid band at least back then. I don't really listen to them much after All Hope Is Gone.
Well, Joey, he's something else, man.
Oh, Joey,
Like, just,
oh,
I
yeah.
could just
What a drummer!
like just put the drum cam on that guy on any kind of live videos for it, and just let me watch him.
Dude, he's
Watch him
such
go.
a cool guy too, man. We Necromus played with those with their other bands before they started Slipknot. We were going down to Des Moines for years back in the day, so I got to meet all of those guys way early and play with their other bands. You know, so Joey was a hell of a fucking drummer, man. He was such a beast, and yeah, good dudes, man, real good dudes. I just think, you know, when I hear you guys say things about rap and like the new metal stuff, Slipknot was a perfect like introduction because he used so much different shit in there because it was heavy and balls to the wall, you know, when it came out. But it was like that perfect bridge to the new metal stuff and the rap stuff that he was kind of throwing around in there. You're like, what the fuck is this, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And he was screaming that rap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, at the top of his lungs.
right, right.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: where did you guys come up with the name Slag?
That I actually came up with that. I used to work at a medical parts facility, and we would do laser welding there.
Yep.
And every now and then, I would have to clean slag off of the Dremel.
Yeah.
So I was
Absolutely fucking miserable, isn't it? It's a
Yeah,
horrible fucking thing. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
God, yeah.
Dude, I went. My stepdad was a welder, so that's all you. I got some slag down my fucking thing, and I burnt myself. And he's like, you know, blisters every which way.
Yeah.
So I heard
Yeah.
that all the time. Now? How did you come up with the design for the logo and stuff?
Oh, I actually reached out to this guy from Poland. Yeah, it was Poland. He had family in Ukraine, so he had some like war stuff that he was dealing with. But yeah, I found him on like Facebook or something.
Yeah.
And he's like the self-declared Lord of Logos, and like I looked at a bunch of his, you know, other logos that he'd done for other bands, and they looked just excellent. So.
Nice.
So I sent him an email, you know, we had some correspondence back and forth. He threw a few designs at us, you know, we kind of told him what we were looking for. And that was the design that really stuck out to us. It was like thrashy. It was like like a thrash logo, but it's got like almost like a molten metal dripping off of it. Yeah. And we thought it looked awesome and unique. So that's what we decided to go with. Yeah.
Right. How long have you guys been kicking around? I've seen you guys, and I said this in the intro on YouTube, that you guys have been kind of popping up in and out of my radar for like at least 2 years that I know of now. I know that you guys did something for Chris Stark for like the Toys for Tots or something
yeah.
with a Closed City Terror. I think you guys were on that same bill.
Yep.
It was like a couple years ago now, but
That was one of your first shows with us.
That was actually my
That
first
first
show.
show with
That
us?
was my first show with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
yeah.
Yeah, that was in December.
Well, that's awesome.
December, like not this last December, but the one before that, right?
So
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah.
we actually started off as kind of like a cover band, or even more like a jam band.
Yeah.
I was playing bass in a cover band, and I'm not a bass player, I'm a guitar player.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go do stuff to actually
Your
play
own
guitar,
stuff.
my
Yeah,
own
yeah,
stuff, and
yeah,
actually write my own
Yeah.
music on guitar and
Yeah.
stuff. So this guy was actually giving guitar lessons too, and we decided, hey, why don't you switch over to bass and we can jam? So he had a spot in his basement that we set up. Somebody had drums, and actually for the first couple, it was just me and him. And then we had our buddy eventually join on the drums, but we just sat there and we fucking hammered out every weekend for I don't know, a year or so.
Yeah.
And he just, like his bass skill just got excelled, you know, practice and practice and practice. And then eventually we had a dude we were drumming with, and we were just kind of like a jam band. We had a few songs, but there's no like real structure with them. They're just riffs, no real words to them or anything yet.
yeah,
But
yeah.
and our other brother Levi joined the band, and that's when we decided to do more covers.
Gotcha.
So we had a bunch of few songs learned, and then we had an issue with the drummer, and then moved on from him, and it had a different drummer, and he did a really good job, and we had like 3.5 hours, 4 hours worth of material of covers,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and kind of covers. Let's see, we had.
Oh, all kinds of stuff. We
All
had
kinds of stuff?
Metallica. We had some Slayer. We had we even had like Rockin' in the Free World. Like
Yeah.
we were kind of all over the place with with because we had to pick songs that were popular and that people know.
Yep.
Because when
It's the only way to get work as a cover band. If you have a wide catalog, people love it even more because they're like, oh, play, start screaming fucking Skinner, and then you're playing a Skinner tune. Which I always laughed at that because you can't tell me that a metalhead that screams Skinner as a joke in the crowd hasn't gone home and fucking played some Skinner after a fucking metal show, drinking beers. It's kind of funny. I wanted to ask this. This is something that I don't ever ask, but I'm also been trying to learn how to play bass for a while, and I get caught up all the time.
Don't.
What kept you learning as a beginner? What was the things that kind of kept you pushing? Because I know when you start learning, you always hit that fucking block. It's like, oh, I learned this quarter of a song, and then you're like, fuck, I can't get past this one part, and just like working it. What are some of the things that like kept you guys going, even in the cover times? You know what I mean? Like learning it.
Like to get past those walls, I mean, you just keep practicing, and I would try to learn new techniques all the time. Try to learn some slap, try to work on my fingering techniques, all that kind of stuff, and it gets so frustrating, especially when you can't quite break through to that next level.
Yeah.
So like when I play and when I'm getting better at bass, it becomes more fun. So
Right.
I would try to keep that mindset, like the better I get at this instrument, the more fun it's going to be to play.
Right.
And when you get into that like that flow state,
Yeah.
when you're like really you feel like you're like connected to the instrument,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes it's almost like getting high,
Yeah.
And isn't it crazy how like you could go through that funk, you hit that wall, and then just something like that, and all of a sudden you fucking level up. And all of a sudden something just clicks, and it could be something simple, and all of a sudden, blam, you're on you're past that wall, and you're excelling, you're feeling great on the instrument.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's something I've yet to experience, but you just get there and you keep. That's all I've tried to tell myself. Is just get the dexterity of it and just keep going at it. And
Sometimes you're just going out of your comfort zone too.
yeah,
Also learning songs that you like to listen to.
yeah,
Learning songs that you want to play. Like when I started learning, Eric told me, it was a good piece of advice. He said one of the fastest ways to learn an instrument is to learn songs. And so that's what I would do. I'd just sit down and I'd pick out songs that I really like to listen to, and I'd just sit and learn them.
you don't really realize how important that is until you start doing that, though, because if it's a song that you like, you're gonna hate that song after you're done playing it 300,000 times because you're just going, oh my god. It was like I learned, Iron Man on bass, and I was like, God damn, this is so cool and hard in spots. And then I'm just like, I can't keep playing this. I've fucking heard this song 8,000 times. I'm just like, this is not even fun for me anymore. You know what I mean? Like, how about you? What are some of the things that you encountered, especially teaching yourself? Like your own thing. You didn't, take a ton of lessons or do any shit like that,
No, like teaching myself, it was hard to stay motivated. There were definitely times where I wanted to give up, but I'll admit a little bit of teen angst and wanting to give my stepdad the big bird really drove me to like keep fucking going at it, right? But then like,
You're not my dad.
right, exactly, kind of something like that. Like he was always like, you're never really gonna learn, so I'm not gonna buy you a guitar. So when he finally did buy me a guitar, I just like stuck with that bitch to fucking
just
keep
to
with
stick
it.
to him too.
And then
spite him.
right, exactly. And then
I've heard that a lot.
having the bass to be able to switch in between every now and then when it was just like I needed to put down the guitar for a little bit, I'd talk to my buddy. I'd be like, hey dude, like
No, I see. I think that would be one of those things where you would hit a wall and you're like, fuck it, and then you pick something else up and just have a different approach at it or a different look at the.
and that's exactly what would happen is I would eventually get the guitar back, and like some of the stuff that I'd be struggling with, like I would come back to it and I might struggle a little bit, but eventually it would get easier, and then I would get it, and then it would be more motivation. And
Fucking A, man. Yeah. It's something I don't ask that question a lot, but it's a pretty important question because, there are a lot of young musicians that you struggle with that shit, and that you know, like every musician says that. Like, what do you tell somebody who's just starting? And they always say, "Don't," or "Quit." You know what I mean? You're wasting your time. What are you gonna do? You want drink tickets? Is that the deal? You want chicks? You know, a lot of people say that. I know a lot of guys back in the day, and I don't think it's the same because there's hair metal bands, hair bands brought girls to the shows where death metal and thrash, and it's very few. They're there with their boyfriends most of the time. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things. It's like, dude, there's not a lot of chicks in it anymore. When you're, my wife always thought that was a funny thing. She's like, you're the singer of the band and you don't get all these chicks hitting. I'm like, no, I'm a fucking death metal singer. Like, you know what I mean? Take me home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Scream at me. It's just kind of funny.
Get way more attention from the dudes.
Right, exactly. Dude, I really like when you hit that high shit. Awesome, dude. Yeah.
Can I buy you a drink, bro?
It's so true, man. Great set.
Great set.
Yeah.
You have really pretty eyes, bro.
Hey, meet me in the bathroom in about 3 minutes, bro.
Yeah. What is that like an orgasmo where that dude is always,
Oh my
I don't mean to be gay, right? Nice ass.
That fucking movie is awesome.
It's such a great movie, man. I love that shit. So much fun. How many releases do you guys have? This is a fucking I've been doing this 13 years. I've been doing this fucking podcast for 13 years, and I never thought about how hard it is to come up with all the information on a band. If you go in blind, you're just asking questions, and you feel like a fucking dipshit half the time. Like, so how many?
Well, I feel like a dipshit most of the time. So.
So we're good.
Yeah,
okay, all right, good deal. So how many releases do you guys have between this time that you've been putting things together?
We
7.
We got 7 songs, 1 4-song EP, and then we released 3 singles individually, because that seems to be the way to go these days, because nobody has it.
That's what the kids like, I think.
Now, do you guys feel like that kind of keeps you in people's mind's eye pretty much when you're releasing things like that, or doing tracks? Or
instead of taking 2 years to write an entire album, record it, and release it, we try to. We record songs, release them as singles,
Sure.
and that keeps us sort of fresh in
And
people's
they play
minds.
a lot of shows.
Oh yeah, play a lot of shows. We play so many shows.
yeah, you don't have any book though, right now.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, it's,
I asked
weird.
because normally people will send me their flyers, and I was thinking, I'm checking the email. I'm like, did I not get it again? What the fuck?
Nope.
I had to ask. I'm like, you guys got anything booked? He's like,
The only thing we have, that's way in September, though. It's a Prairie Grass Fest. It's a weed fest.
Oh, nice.
Out there in Madison, Minnesota.
Nice.
Yeah.
and we played there
Weed
last
Fest,
year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's for a small town. It's like the coolest thing that's happened in that town probably ever.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of metal bands, and then a few rock bands too.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 cover bands, but both of them were great. And shit, we had how many people do you think were there? Definitely over 100. Probably what would you say?
I was maybe in and out the whole day.
Yeah, throughout the whole day, 100,
Yeah,
150.
Yeah.
When we showed up, there was a lot more, but then it kind of seemed to teetle off, and then people would come back, and then
That
teetle
usually
off.
happens.
Yeah,
The
right.
ebbs and flows
Our-
of a festival.
Our buddies from Telekinetic Overdrive are there.
Yeah.
And that's our boys. They played an awesome show.
I think that was a shout out, boys.
And, it was a good time, except for the fucking attack of the trillion mosquitoes.
Yeah, as soon as that sun went down, oh
That's
my
a
god,
nightmare.
It was fucking awful.
they did
that's-
not care about the bug spray.
Yeah, they're like, just dive bombing you, dude. That's the worst. That's a bummer about those outdoor festivals and camping and doing. It's so much fun to be outside and have a good time, but that is the
Right.
the whole time.
We played up at Wasco's once, and it wasn't the mosquitoes, but it got late and it got cold. It fucking dropped down to 39 degrees.
Were
by the time
you guys in there in September? Were you guys up?
No,
doing
it was June or something like that.
no shit. Got that cold.
Yeah.
air.
It still dropped on or something pocket of cold air must have moved off the lake or something because it got cold.
Right.
Yeah, it was Wasco, so that was pretty close to Lake Superior. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Lake Necronomicon or whatever the fuck's
Yeah,
close
yeah.
by or something,
Yeah.
ain't it?
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice lake. It's fun to get wasted and go swimming in that lake.
Yeah, it's
We've done it a couple times.
it's a crazy place. A lot of crazy things have happened.
Yeah,
at
dude.
That place at Wasco's.
Yeah, I know at least 3 people that have almost died there.
Yeah.
For drinking too much, dude.
That's pretty cool.
That's where I found out that when I'm on mushrooms, I find drunk people to be extremely irritating.
They are, dude. They are.
I can tell you that when I'm sober.
One of the last times that I was at Wasco's, I walked up on a campsite and I saw a chick. She's like this at the picnic table, and my buddy goes, "You just missed it." And I go, "What?" And he points over and he goes, "That chick just butt chugged Jägermeister." And I go, "What?" And she just looks over and she goes like that, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" And the dude goes, he goes, "Yeah, she did a cartwheel and she's standing on her, on her head, on her hands, And he goes, "We put the bottle in," and he's like, "It has no air. You got to pull it apart."
No.
Like they had to do it twice, and I was just dying. I'm like, this chick actually butt chugged some Jägermeister. That's pretty fucking.
That's gnarly.
somebody
right
put
there.
a-
That's fucking gnarly.
Somebody put a bit of. They should put a fucking ring on that one.
Sad thing about that is somebody took a ring off of that one, then that's why it happened. He was still there. That's what's even funnier about that thing is that he was there with another chick and she was still doing that shit. It was just craziness, dude. Craziness. Wasco's has wacky things happen at it. Quite a bit, man. How many times have you guys played up that way?
Once.
I've been there twice.
Okay.
I played there once a long time ago when I was in a band called Claiming Lives.
Okay.
And Jim Odegaard was actually played that show too. I think it was God Awful.
Yeah.
Was the band at the time.
Yep.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Except for my singer at the time got fucking hammered drunk.
That happens.
Like
there.
he drank like a one of those 0.75 liters. He drank like fucking 3/4 of that thing before he hit the stage. Like we had a couple shots before he went up there. Like he went and disappeared and argued with his old lady in the tent for like fucking 45 minutes, and he came out. That fucking bottle was almost gone, dude.
Woo!
Yep.
Good God.
That was a rough one.
That sounds like a rough one.
That
man.
was a
Damn.
rough one.
That'd be a tough one for me, man. Now let me ask you this: give me 3 albums that you can't live without.
Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the obvious for me, probably for anybody. I'm gonna go with Master of Puppets. It's one of them, just because it is just like the fucking masterpiece. I mean, it's right in the fucking title, Master. It's a masterpiece of an album. That song itself is just a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
That one, it's so hard. I'll pass real quick. Let Isaac throw down another one.
Let's see. So definitely, I would have to say "The Way of All Flesh" from Gojira.
Oh, there you go.
That is one of my all-time favorite albums.
How old is that one? That's older, isn't it?
Yeah, that one came out in like 2011 or something like that, somewhere around that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I
They
really
are a
love
fucking awesome band, man. Jesus, those guys slam.
such a unique sound, you know.
Yep.
I think there's no band quite like them. I mean, I've heard bands try to sound like them, but no. And then let's see another one, "Enema" by Tool. That was one of the first albums that I ever got into. Eric had like a box full of CDs, and I was just going through them in the closet, you know. And I saw that one. It had like the eye with
Weird
the hologram.
fucking dude.
And I was like, oh, that looks fucking crazy. So I popped
What kind
that
of
in.
Pink
and-
Floyd shit is this?
Yeah. And fucking, you know, it came on. The first song came on, Stinkfist. It was so like fucking weird and different.
Great name for us.
What a fucking name.
Yeah. The lyrics make it seem like it's about anal fisting.
Knowing him, it probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's their sense of humor. But let's see, the third one I'd have to say would be Blackwater Park
There you go.
from Opeth.
That's a great fucking album too.
Probably definitely one of the greatest metal albums of all time. Just masterpiece front to back.
Damnation got a hold of me too. I really like that one a lot too. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, Damnation. Shit, I even like Opeth soft stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, sir?
We're doing personals, right?
Yep.
Okay. Slipknot self-titled.
Okay.
Devil Driver, Fury of Our Maker,
There you go.
and then Abysmal Dawn, one program to consume.
Damn. That's awesome. That's good. That's a good mixture right there.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's real
All
good.
right, the other two I'm gonna throw in, Far Beyond Driven,
There you go.
Nice choice.
and then the third one. Let's go with Heartwork.
There you go. Fuck yeah. Solid albums right there, man. You threw them out like that. I was like, holy.
It's so hard to choose. There's so many.
There are so many, man.
And I went through like a revolution. Like I've gotten way more into music in like the last 10, 15 years
Yeah.
than I have before. And there's like so much fucking good stuff out there.
Mhm.
It's really hard to nail down. So much good, great metal, perfect albums out there.
Yeah. It's pretty insane to
Like Down, like the first Down album too. That
Yeah.
fucking thing is a masterpiece. I love every fucking song off that album.
yeah. I like the second one too.
Yeah, the second one's great too, and so is the third one. The third one's really good too.
Yeah. Beyond that, I don't know. They kind of fell apart on. I'm curious to see what this new one sounds like. I didn't hate the cover 100%, but I wasn't like, wow. I was more like, wow, they chose that for a cover to do, to release the first song off their new album. They do a cover and it's a bizarre one even, I love Down. I mean, it's the ultimate super group,
Oh yeah, they're so good.
Hell yeah. Let me see here. What time are we at? Okay, gotcha. What are your? Let me see here. What was your first local band that you saw that was like that made you say, "This is possible for me to be a musician"?
From the cities here or
From
our
cities.
local?
Our locals, our music scene.
'Cause I'm from Montevideo.
Okay, so if it's there too.
There, I'll give an answer for two places.
Okay.
From the city, from where I'm from, way back in like 2006, would be a band called Angular Faces. At that time, they were during that time when like fucking like new metal was really fucking popular, and they still played like a lot of Pantera, Metallica, whatnot, Slipknot, but they played like System of a Down covers, but they caught like lightning in a bottle,
Yeah.
So anytime they'd play around that area, they'd fucking
Pack the place.
they packed the place. It was they did awesome, and but like me thinking it'd be possible to come down here was when I saw Rad Enhancer,
Okay.
and then like I think it was when they opened up for Lich King,
Okay.
and I'm like, oh, these dudes are so awesome. It's like we can do this, we can come down here and play shows all the time.
Hey, they're brothers.
Yeah.
That's pretty
yeah,
funny.
yeah, just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seeing those guys, I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. And also Jimbo too, like he's like, hey man, whatever you need a show, I can get you down there. He's always encouraging us to, play and get down to the cities and play and get the fuck out of Montevideo.
I truly feel like that guy Jim was one of those dudes that was really put here not only to be a showman because he was an amazing frontman. Jim Odegaard was one of my favorite frontmen to watch. He had just this. It was like the mixture of that fucking machismo of a really hot fucking hairband frontman. You know what I mean? The one where he's just holding the fucking mic and like he had the swagger of a fucking frontman. Jim was really one of those cats, and he was meant to help people, man. That dude was one of those guys that could boost you to do great things, and he did that for me. There are two guys in this music scene. One's passed away and one's still here. Bill Lindsay is one of them. He's the one who helped me form my third band that I played in, just by asking what was I going to quit playing or not. And he's like, it'd be a shame if you didn't, if you did quit, like yada yada yada. But Jim was one of those guys again. Like he took me aside on my very first show, and he's the reason that I continued to play up until 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So big shit like that. How about you? Like for local stuff, who was?
Oh, really? I'd have to say it was the cover band that he used to be in, Angular.
Okay.
I used to go to their practices and watch all the time, and sometimes I'd run the lights for them.
Yeah.
That was fun. And I'd go and see their live shows and run the lights for them at their live shows. Then some nonsense happened, and they broke up when they really didn't have to break up. And
Usually how it works.
yeah.
Well, I mean, here we are right now. So
Yeah, now we got Slag.
now we got Slag.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, the local bands around here, man. There's so many. I wanted to come up with a list of all the fucking cool local bands that I've had so much fun with.
Yeah.
And what is his name? Braden Telstead from Atomic. Is that Apotheca?
Yeah.
He put a post the other day on Facebook about like, what do you say for being like, what would you consider for being successful for like a band? And I really pondered on that, and I've been thinking about it for a while. And it's like, for me personally, something like that, it's not about making it huge. Like right now, I consider us successful. We ain't gonna pack out 1,000 fucking people,
Right.
but I've come down, I've made friends, I've had fun playing shows. A lot of cool people in the scenes, a lot of, like I said, a lot of friends that I've made. And that for me, man, I'm in my kids' eyes too. They think I'm a huge rock star down here, and for me, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
So
Fuck yeah, man.
that's for me a success.
Yeah.
But like all the cool bands down here, man, there's like such a cool scene of cool musicians and rad people.
Yeah.
Like Trigger Armada, that's some of the old boys that we were friends with, played a few shows with. War Party,
Major Malfunction.
I already said Rad Enhancer.
Yep.
Those are my boys. King Goro, it's my boys. One of the first bands we played live with was Bong Reaper, and Marrow. They're from up by Brainerd.
Yep.
Yeah, they're real cool.
Yeah, we made so many friends.
So many cool people. Fucking Impossible Prom Kings.
Let me ask you this though. When it comes to doing that in the beginning, like how did it get started, man? How did you go? I'm going to come to the scene and start like how are you starting to meet these bands? How did you start like rubbing elbows with people? Because that's like really the hardest thing for people that are outside of the music scene. Like say they got a buddy who they went to school with and they play together and they jam together. They got a little band. The hardest thing for those folks to do is like to get outside their own little bubble and go out and go, hey, and I always get a lot of, I ask this question a lot and people are always like, just get out there and but everybody does things a little different. How was it for you guys?
Oh, geez. When we started playing here, I mean, our first few shows were just like local, not local here, but just like our cover band shows at like a bar out in like
Granite Falls.
Like Granite Falls.
Mhm.
Or Montevideo.
Or
Yeah.
Montevideo, yeah.
Yeah.
And shit, one of our first shows was actually with a reggae band. So people thought that was crazy. In a town in the middle of nowhere, there's a metal band and a reggae band playing on the same ticket.
How did you guys feel about that?
I thought it was awesome.
We asked him.
See,
about
I
this.
love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
And
the dude. He went to school with one of the dudes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
dude, that
they're-
speaks volumes about musicians when you
his
can
name is-
say, "I'll play with anybody."
Tucker's his name.
Yeah, Tucker Buchan.
Buchan, yeah.
He's good
Awesome.
shit.
Cool guy, great guitar player too.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Real sweet.
Keeping it open like that. I know so many metalheads that are like they refuse to play with anything other than the same shit that they play.
I'll play with any fucking band, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
That shit's the best.
Yeah.
I played through I played with emo bands, death metal bands, thrash metal bands,
Right.
stoner bands.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah,
Just do it.
good time's good time. Yeah.
I like to have fun. I want to go out there and put on the best show we can.
Yeah,
If we're having fun, they're having fun.
yeah,
Put any band with us. It doesn't matter.
right. Fuck yeah, that's the way to do it, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best way to do it.
Absolutely. And then the first show we ever played here was actually at Bullwinkle's. In,
Yeah.
Old school.
Don't want to
dude.
talk. Yeah, it was cool, but I don't want to talk about that because the fucking Booker guy's a piece of shit and he fucking deserves a rot.
he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
you
lot
know
of
you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
That
There-
fucking piece of
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people around here that do.
Yeah,
that deserve
the
that.
guy needs to get fucking. Yeah, he's a fucking.
They need to bury him.
scumbag. They need to bury him.
Yeah.
He needs
Under
to
the jail.
fucking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking
Yep.
about. We won't grace the.
But it's
grace the show with his
actually one
name.
of our kind of got a decent start is by playing shows in Mankato.
Yeah.
We got lucky and we got I think his name was Bob Pavlenko.
Okay. Yeah.
He booked shows down in there, and I think I just reached out to him and he was able to get a show down there.
Yeah,
and that
this-
was one of our first one ever we played outside of Montevideo was in down there in Mankato, and it was with Bong Reaper and Blame the Witness.
Yeah, that was at the Enchanted.
Enchanted Muse,
That
yeah.
place
Nice.
is, I don't think that place is there anymore.
Nope. We went and hung out with Bong Reaper and had some beers ahead of time, and now we're good buddies with him.
Nice.
Someone to shout out again to
Very
my
cool.
buddy Conrad
Yeah.
from Bong Reaper and Chad
Nice.
and Diener and Mikey.
And Bob
And Marty.
Pavlenko, because Bob Pavlenko's name has come up a few times on the podcast just
Yeah.
recently because he does the cryptid stuff down in what is it, St. Peter and Mankato, right? Yeah, he's been doing quite a few. I've been seeing their production thing pop up quite a bit, and I think that's killer because again, this is where I try to get people on the whole thing of. You don't have to be in the Twin Cities all the fucking time. Like, get out of here. And there are places like Mankato, St. Peter, Duluth. I mean, Duluth is starting to do shit up there quite a bit. And there's it's always great to get out of your town. You know what I mean? Have a few drinks and party.
That place in Duluth. What was it?
Quinlan's. Quinlan's. Yeah.
Holy shit, man! That place was something else. Let me tell you, it was like yin and yang. Out front of the place and behind the place. Yeah, it was fucking. We went up in the green room and it smelled like piss.
Yeah,
we called it the piss room. Yeah.
I called it the fucking piss room.
You mean the bathroom?
No.
Apparently, somebody thought it was the bathroom, but it wasn't. Right. It was a fun time. Just the sound was fucking blowing my ears out. It was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the best experience I've had at a place. But I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
You know,
it sounded really.
You only move on.
Getting out of town. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love it up there. You know, Duluth is awesome.
I'll play in Duluth anytime. I love that city. It's so
much fun. Yeah. Getting you guys like to you know rural shit, man.
Yeah, we play St. Cloud all the time too.
Yeah. See another little spot to go, man. You know, it's like. I'm with you when it comes to being famous or what do you expect out of being a musician, and it's like having a good time, man, fucking enjoying the shows and getting a few people into your music and recording some stuff that'll live on after you're gone. Why not, dude?
The last show that we played in St. Cloud with Junkyard Hooligans.
Yeah.
With Tom, the fucking bass player, and he sings too. He's in fucking Rust Bucket.
Yeah.
Like we were just sitting around, and like the first band was on, and there wasn't that many people showing up, and and they're like. It was their first show over the Divided Mass guys you brought up earlier. And you're like, kind of anxious, about it. And he's like, just don't worry about it, man. It doesn't mean anything. He's like, we're just here hanging out, jamming with buddies, having a good time. And that's what really matters.
Fucking right. Dude.
And that's what really matters. And what do you know? Like, it actually, more people started showing up and more people started showing up. And that was actually probably one of the best shows we've played in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Which is weird because we played a show at Club Underground a couple weeks before.
Yeah.
Probably one of our worst performances.
It was not good.
Well, that kind of answers the question that I was saying too. You know what I mean? Like getting into the music and breaking into the music scene. That's something you have to think about, man. It's not about do you throw down when you guys are practicing? Do you guys? Is it a mandatory thing? Do you throw down, or are you just kind of?
Oh, I'm throwing down.
Me too. When I was doing it, that's what I would do every single time. It didn't matter if there was fucking one person.
I can't help it.
There.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
Like when I'm playing, I naturally want to fucking headbang and move around. And
Yeah.
And that's part of the this theory. Not really a theory I have. It's just this kind of setting in rules for me. Like I said earlier, I'm up there. I'm having fun, and truly, I am having fun.
Right.
And I feel like if I'm having fun, even if just one person out there, they can have fun.
They'll feel it.
Yeah.
You're projecting it.
Oh, yeah.
100%, man.
I mean, I don't want to shit on other bands, but like sometimes when you see a band up there and you have I call it fret gazing.
Yeah.
He just sits there and doesn't move, no expressions on that. You may sound really awesome, but for me, it's kind of boring, I like the raw energy. That's why I thrash metal so much,
Yeah.
I like the raw energy and just fucking flying around.
Yeah.
To me, fucking fast, fucking, smash faces.
Yep.
That's the fun stuff.
I always said that there's two types of musicians. There's one that play the instrument themselves and they don't give a fuck. They're just throwing down, and then it's the guys that let the instrument play them and they're in it. You know what I mean?
And for me, my music's nothing super technical.
Sure.
So maybe when you're like playing super technical stuff like that, like you probably have to be sit there fucking fret gazing.
Right.
Because how else can you move or even chew fucking gum when you're doing all those notes?
Yep. But what is it? Phase Meridian?
Yeah.
Those dudes are fucking insane. Great band, and they are so technical. It's insane. Have you seen those guys? Yeah.
I have not.
Phase Meridian? Amazing.
I would love to. I love technical stuff.
Do you know Alex Schumann? Alex Schumann? He's the
can't say that I
guitar
do.
player from
Yeah,
that band.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
a fantastic
I
guitar
think
player.
I'm friends with that dude on Facebook.
He's a really good guitar
I watch his
player.
videos and stuff.
Very, very, they're worth seeing. They're really fucking good. I think they just dropped something recently, too. So, yeah, check it out.
I will definitely check them out.
Yeah. Now, your material, where can people hear all this stuff? I know I put it as you can find them on all your streaming platforms because I found it pretty easy. But
Yeah.
Yeah, are we on Pandora?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, we're on Pandora, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, but apparently when you're searching for us on YouTube, if you just search Slag, it's not going to come up. You got to search Slag.
Welding videos.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of welding videos.
Yeah. You gotta type in Slag topic, and then our shit will pop up.
There you go.
I don't know why it's like that, but
It's weird. I actually have been looking. I posted this past week looking for videos because I'm doing like a playlist of all. I've been doing this with the podcast. I started as audio mostly. You know what I mean? So I was on Spotify and iTunes and iHeart Music and all this other fucking spots. So I had my shit all over the place. And then I wanted to get into the video aspect of it. So I go to YouTube and I'm doing all this. And then I was like, this is too much to do both of them. So I just went to audio. And then after a while, I was like, this sucks. So I went back to video and I ended up doing it. So this is my thing is I'm looking for videos to play, you know, during the show sometimes. If I don't have a guest, I want to play videos like fucking old school MTV played videos, you know, you talk some shit, you play some cool videos, you know? So I came up with almost 200 videos of all local bands around town, you know, and I have duplicates obviously of you know, like Gorgatron from North Dakota had fucking 8 goddamn videos. So I only took like 3 or 4 of them that I really like, you know, and, By the Thousands, I think they had 3 or 4. Evernorth has, you know, 3 or 4. But Boar from fucking Brainerd, they have a couple really cool ones. I mean, I've been making my own videos like I do with the stuff for here, where it's just, you know, the album cover now playing and then the song title, and then, you know, find it at whatever streaming platform. So I've been trying to do this this whole past week, and again, like almost 200 videos of cool shit. Dude, Signature Tone, those motherfuckers got it locked down, bro, because their videos are badass.
Yeah.
All
Shout
the way
out to
through,
Adam.
dude.
He recorded our first EP.
That is fucking
Yeah,
amazing shit.
He's so good. That guy
Yes.
can work with anything.
Yeah. I've been trying to get him on this show for years now, and I've reached out a bunch of times. I was like, as of like 2 years ago, I never met this guy in person, and he was at the same venue I was at, and I walked up to meet him, and then 30 people came up, and I had a beard, and then I walked away and didn't ever get to talk to him. But I've heard about his multiple amps that he has, fucking, you know, every tone you could imagine, and the guy has each one memorized to make up, you know what I mean? This dude knows his shit. I don't know. I would love to work with Adam Tucker.
oh, he's incredible.
The studio's pretty cool. The little sound booth he put Levi in.
Yeah, he's got like a whole little room just covered in padding. I mean, that's pretty standard, but
Yeah.
it's pretty fantastic. He's got a good setup there. He's got like top of the line equipment, and
Yeah.
he can produce like genuinely professional quality.
Right. Yeah, that's. I mean, there's been a lot of bands that have come through here that have gone through Adam Tucker, and every time I'm just like, God, he's got there's a not Christmas, but crispness in there that is, you know, strictly Signature Tone. You know what I mean? Every band that goes through there is fucking badass. Let me see here. I wanted to actually. Oh, I didn't do that. I will do that in the deal here. Tell me about. I think we're gonna do Roach Lord next. Tell me about that one.
So I wrote most of that one. I wrote all the lyrics, and
Most of the lyrics. 95%. I
Yeah,
came
yeah,
up with
yeah, I
like
think-
2 words on the verse. The lowborn filth.
oh, that's right. Yep.
And then the second part to that to kneel before, where we would just kind of switch the
Yeah.
before that, yeah.
And most of our songs are a group effort to one degree or another. But I wrote that. The idea for that song was it came from. So I was working for a construction company for a while, you know, making good money, all that stuff. But I fucking hated all the traveling, all the time. You know, not really having a life outside of work. You know, living in hotels all the time.
Yeah.
So I decided to get a job. I decided to actually move into Minneapolis, like full time, move into an apartment there, and actually get a job around here that I could just, you know, go there and go home every day. So I got a job at a truss plant, and then winter came and production slowed and our hours got cut and I wasn't making enough money, so I was broke all the time. So whenever we'd smoke joints at practice, I would I would take all the roaches, I'd put them in a bag and take them home with me. So they started calling me the Roach Lord.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of where the idea came from. It's it's about me being poor and and taking whatever scraps. of
Dude,
weed
you
I
would have
could
you
get.
would have loved coming over to my old house, man. Me and my roommate had a metal tin like this that was filled with roaches about that big. We'd be just smoke them, fucking throw them in there, smoke them and throw them in there, dude. It was like 3 years we filled that motherfucker up full of roaches. You would have loved that.
I bet it fucking stunk
So
so
every
bad.
time you opened it, it was just like,
gross.
It was like half filled with blunts too. It was like blueberry, strawberry, that kind of weird shit. So it had like
God.
a fruity, burnt steak
yeah,
flavor stink to it.
So Roach Lord, it was based off from like a tale on a riff that I had, and it kind of went nowhere. And then like he came back with it, and he added something his own stuff to it. Kind of kept that little element to it, and the fucking song just hit like that.
Yeah.
And it was like a Friday. We used to have a process to be like we do double practice Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night we spent like structuring the song, putting it together. Then Saturday night we'd like finish it off. So like
Yeah.
a weekend we could kick out a new
Love
song.
that shit, man.
Yeah, it's like the verse riff for that song is basically like a mashup between a riff I wrote and a riff he wrote,
Nice.
and it just worked so well together. And
Fuck yeah.
And then there was a little bit of something we had with it. We tried really hard to like connect two parts of it so it didn't sound so stupid.
Yeah.
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 And were you able to figure it out? And it fucking clicked. And that was actually people probably say it's one of their favorite songs.
Nice.
The fans.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the way it starts. It's cool.
And I should add, it was our previous drummer who we recorded this song with, and we recorded this with Adam Tucker at Signature Tone
Oh, nice.
Studios. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
He's actually, if you really hear in the background, he's got that little
Oh yeah.
shaky thing with all the little
The
fucking
tambourine.
tambourines on it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
added a tambourine for us.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He was playing it when we were fucking listening to it, and we're like, dude, that sounds so awesome. It's like, can you put that in there? And he's like, okay. So he recorded himself shaking the fucking thing. And, yeah.
It adds just a little bit more flavor. you know?
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Why not? Man? That's
So
fucking
Roach Lord featuring Adam Tucker.
That's awesome. All right. Well, let's take a listen to it, folks. Stick around and we'll be right back. the motherfucking Roach Lord. I dig like that. That dude, that has a great swing to it. You know what I'm saying? I dig it. I dig it lots. Hey folks, don't forget to check out down on the bottom here. We got the Syncfest 2 tomorrow. Plague of Stars, Living Through Ghost, Boar from Brainerd, which we just had on last weekend. The Mighty Thunder Goat. Let me see here. Sorry, I didn't unmute you. Red Vinter, Wilbur Enigmatis, Sweetland, sponsored by the Shred Den. They will be backlining that whole deal. It's a $20 cover, 6 p.m. doors at Eagles 34. And I won't continue with this because you guys can read that ticker on the bottom down there. But do me a favor. It's really important that we support these shows that are going on around town. I know that, you know, we share a ton of shit on the podcast and try to get as many people out to these shows, but it's really important, man. We've lost so many fantastic clubs in this town through, God, so much different shit. I mean, I even heard some shit about Clash Drums the other week, and I won't get into that, but it's just kind of one of those things where, like, you wonder what the fuck is going on with half of these people. Like, you know, you open a club and then you do a bunch of stupid shit and then people hear about it and you don't think that they're, you know, especially in this climate these days, you know what I mean? Because And here's the thing is, like, a lot of times, I mean, sometimes it happens where you don't really know, you know, if it's the truth or it's not the truth. And you don't really, you know what I mean? Unless you have people that are willing to come out and say, yeah, this is what happened. You know what I mean? It's really difficult. And you see some good people take a lot of shit. You see some bad people that don't take enough fucking shit around here. You know what I'm saying? I know I saw some pictures going around the internet, and I don't like to bring all the negative shit that goes around in the scene, but there's a lot of it, and there's abusers that go around here, and it's kind of one of those things where, you know, what I love about this music scene as well is that it's so small that when shit like that happens, people like that usually get their asses thrown the fuck out of here, and there's no issues, you know. But, you know, there's idiots that fall through the cracks and you find out later, or you have people that point fingers and that turns out they're the bad people too. I've seen that happen in the music scene too. But, yeah, man, there's some fantastic shows coming up. I did want to share one more show before we go back to this real quick here. Oh, God damn it, I pushed it again. Sorry, I'm scooting all over the place here. Let me pull this one up here, and they can see that. Close that. Let me see here. We're sponsoring a show here on June 27th at Club Underground. This was put together like last minute, man. Rob Carlson and the guys from the Twin Town Tyrants put this thing together, presents a Night of Pure Brutality, June 27th. It's a Saturday. Sat-2-day. If you looked at the flyer earlier and you want to make fun of me, I forgot to put the R in there, so that was my fault. And everybody made fun of me yesterday and today. Fantastic. I made a spelling error, you pricks. Okay, here we go. So sponsored by the Shred Den, Lowbrow Tattoo Saints Collective, Twin Town Tyrant Records, Ritual Madness Podcast, and Paulie's Pro Clean. Saturday, June 27th, Glutton for Punishment, Maniacal Force, Apothic, the Anemone Offensive, and Inhuman Scourge. That is $15 cover, 6 p.m. doors, 21 plus, Club Underground, 355 Monroe Street. Make sure you go check that one out. That was just announced yesterday, so check that out. It's going to be a really, really good show, and I don't believe that's going to be the last one for the Tyrants. So we'll see what happens here. What's going on with you, fellas? Did you guys enjoy your little break?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to some of those cool bands you had on there.
Yeah, dude.
Boar, they're cool guys.
Yeah.
They played a couple shows with them.
Yeah, really cool guys, man.
Yeah. I know John, their guitar player, he
yeah.
used to be in Marrow, their bass player.
Yeah.
So I knew him back then, and super cool guy.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. They all, dude, they've got a great style too, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking heavy as balls, man. I was very surprised when Vince sent me that shit over. I was going, damn, dude. Because I was, you know, hanging out with those guys when they were in Cobaloy and, you know, turned into Solarin and so on and so forth, you know. Very cool guys, man. Salt of the earth dudes, those cats.
Yeah, I know a lot of those cats up from Brainerd.
Yeah.
Like you said, Solarin. I know Josh. I met him a few times.
Yeah. Josh is good shit, man.
Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, he's very, very good dude.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about. We kind of talked about this, but what are some of your favorite venues that are around town? What are some of your favorite places to play?
For me, definitely like Pillar Forum and like Club Underground.
I haven't been to Pillar Forum yet.
Great
It was
place.
awesome.
Yeah, it's like
That was a fun place.
It's like a cafe that also sells beer.
But they're also a skate shop.
Studio B wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
The sound was weird there because it was so bouncing off from all the.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like the sound when we played there.
Yeah.
It was
So
a cool
wide open.
stage.
Yeah.
But it was sound was weird.
Yeah, it's changed a few times in there. I've
Yeah.
heard it really good, and I've heard it really kind of meh. Bouncing off every which way. They've changed the sound system in that room a bunch of times in the last few years too. Any other places?
I'm definitely a fan of Eagles 34 as well.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that they have all the fucking
Yeah.
rooms in there, man.
Yeah,
you
that
know what I mean?
place
It's
is
like
sweet.
a different
Yeah.
vibe in each room too. It's kind of weird,
Yeah, they can put on festivals there. It's kind of awesome.
right? My buddy was doing a Doom festival. That's where they're doing that the Sync Fest tomorrow, which is an awesome show too.
I'm gonna go there after I'm done with Testament.
Are you? Do you
Yeah.
think they'll be still going by the
I
time?
don't know. Kellerman told me he's gonna go late, and he told me to stop by.
Really? I think that might be the spot. If
Yeah.
if I can get the guys to go to that show too, man, that would be fantastic. I would love to hit that show.
Yeah, I gotta go say hi to Kellerman, anyways.
Yeah. Did you say you guys were going down to hang out with them at the Root or something? Were you planning on doing that or something? Oh, I thought you mentioned that you were going to go hang out. Have you hung out with them on the Root?
We had before. I might actually go do that tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Road of Oliva.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I might do that tomorrow after after the
yeah.
show is done. Yeah, he asked
Yeah.
me to go do that.
That's awesome, dude.
So yeah.
I love that he's doing that too, man. Like,
Sorry, I'm dumb sometimes. I smoke a lot of weed, so
I mumble a lot
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Slow down.
Josh has been one dude that's like helped us out a bunch. He's really helped promote us, and he's a super awesome dude, man.
Yeah.
That guy is he's done so much for the scene down here
Yeah.
and whatnot, and him helping out, and if he's watching this or hearing this, man, like he's meant a lot for me personally.
Yeah.
Just hanging and chatting with the dude, and it's like him helping us out with shows and just hanging out with him.
Josh is one of those. Josh is one of the few people that has an open invite on my podcast at any time. Like he could show up at the door, and I would let him come on and talk shit because I've known him for so long.
You better drive your ass right now here.
I'll tell you this though, man. That guy is so knowledgeable when it comes to fucking metal. That dude has been in it since he was like 8 years old, dude. And he's been 100% into metal since he was a fucking kid. And he's an old bastard like me, and
Yeah.
he's still full on
Still
into
kicking it.
Yeah, yeah. And also, man, Jim's name's come up here.
Oh, yeah.
He put on the memorial show for him, and 2 years in a row now. And
Man, him being a legend from like our town,
Yeah.
like
yeah,
for all of us growing up listening to metal and like having this dude who was part of it and he lived that. For a time, it was almost hard for me to believe it,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this dude, he's played with all these bands, from their small town, that's fucking unheard of,
Yeah.
But then like, they used to have a place called Sounds Extreme
Right.
in Montevideo.
Yeah.
And they sold there's an old record store and head shop and shit. Then he had some flyers of his bands on there, and some of his old stuff too that he had on there. And it's like, holy shit, But yeah, just like his influence on like me and his mentorship to like steer me towards like the more heavier stuff. Cause like
Dude.
when I was listening to like the to the new metal stuff, he's like, "Oh, that shit sucks."
the
And,
fucking
like,
jump metal.
Yeah,
You
the
fucking listen to
jump
that
metal.
That's what
Yes,
they say,
jump
that
rope
shit,
metal. Yeah, they
That's what they
fucking-
always say that shit. Listen to the fucking jump metal shit.
yeah,
Really
yep.
into that shit, huh?
And that's when he like he showed me the Heartwork and
Yeah.
some more and Opeth. It was a live fucking Opeth DVD.
Yeah.
And that shit blew my mind.
Yeah. See, and I loved Earl's record shop too, man, because you could go in there and then those cats would start to know your taste and they would fucking pull shit out for you. If they, if you were in there quite a bit, they'd be like, "Oh, dude, I found this for you. You got to check that out."
I was at Earl's benefit show at First Ave there.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Except for I got kicked out. I snuck in there and then he noticed me and then I got fucking kicked out. But I did see a bunch of cool bands. I saw Harsh Reality, and that was the first time seeing them, and it was a little bit of a shock for me for being from a small
Yeah.
redneck little conservative town.
Yeah.
But they were fucking great, It was wild seeing them play there, and they had some dude dressed in a fucking rabbit suit jumping up on stage with them
Yeah.
and thrashing around, and I was like, "Oh fuck, these guys are nuts." But I loved it. That was
Yeah,
a
they were-
good time.
They've been nuts forever, man.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to play with those guys?
No, but I have played with Tempest. She booked us she booked us a few shows, and we
At the
played with
Underground?
Chick Singer.
Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, in St. Cloud or something?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, is she doing that stuff at the Keller Bar or something?
Yes, she books shows.
That's
for the bar.
fantastic,
Yeah,
man.
but I know the guy who runs the place.
Yeah.
And
So you could get shows.
Yeah, he did. I'm like, hey, dude, you got a show for us? He's like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
And he gives me a good deal on the hotel out there, which I later found out was a prostitute hotel.
Nice.
Yeah, which just makes it even cooler.
Did you partake?
I was like, no.
That's always the funny thing too, man. You know, it's
That just made it cooler that he told me it was somebody told me it was a prostitute place.
dude. I got the
It
greatest.
was like Beavis and Butthead. I was like, whoa,
So
cool.
we brought up Decker earlier, you know.
Yeah.
So we went to on a little weekend run with Decker out to Chicago and Milwaukee, and we were in a hotel room. So back in the day, we used to everybody run for the Bible, you know. Everybody run for the whole page out of the Bible, right? So we're all running for the Bible, and my guitar player opens up the top drawer of this motel that we were in right next to the Eagles Club in Milwaukee. Dude, he opens it up and you just see him. Whoa, what the fuck, right? Enema kits, broken crack pipes, hypodermic needles, fucking a stack of envelopes filled with love letters to another man from a guy, blood all over him, right? Blood all over the fucking envelopes, blood everywhere, shit on the fucking enema kit. I mean, it was fucking filthy. We pull the blankets back, blood all over the fucking the bed sheets and everything like that. Guitar player goes up to the front, comes back and he goes, I swear to God, that lady at the front desk was trying to sleep with me. And I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? So she comes back over and she's asking him, you want to go in one of the rooms? Like she's a prostitute, asking him, working the front desk, asking him if he wants to fucking shit. I'm going, what is going on here? Dude? What is this? You know, like the craziest shit ever. That's when Decker put his ass through. So he used to take the mattress off the box spring and he would sleep on the floor or he'd sleep on the box spring. Everybody can attest to this. Ever been on tour with Don Decker? So he would do this crazy shit all the time, but he would get wasted, dude, and he would fucking whip his ass out all the time, right? Now he was 500 pounds. He's a huge fat dude with a huge front butt, dude. Like his gunt was giant. It looked like a you know, like a heavy set woman's ass. You know what I'm saying? In the front. So he would pull his pants down. Well, I met this girl at the show that we played. So I'm in the van making out with this broad. All of a sudden, the fucking van starts shaking. And they're like, the cops are coming. We got to pay for the window or we're going to get fucking arrested. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about, right? So I get my clothes back on and I go back in there and fucking here's Decker with his asshole hanging out, right? Falls, trips over the fucking mattress and smashes his ass into the window and smashes his ass, cuts himself so that he's bleeding out of his ass, right? And he's got, you know, smashed the window and they forced us to pay for the window before we could leave or they were going to get us arrested out of this fucking. So the letters, I forgot to tell you about the letters. So the letters, this guy is writing to another dude professing his love, saying that he's going to hurt himself and like all this crazy shit, dude. So this lady had to come in and clean out all of this. Dude, I felt bad for her. Dude. I thought she was going to get stuck with one of those needles, dude. It was so disgusting.
Could write a song about that.
Yeah, it's good shit, dude. Yeah. It was really, really, it's definitely a on the road story. You guys got any good party stories or any kind of shenanigans that you can divulge?
Let's see.
I've heard.
You know, we haven't really. Nothing that crazy.
You haven't lived yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say that depends on what band you're asking me about. This one or potentially another.
I guess the
one.
piss room, but that's not really that crazy.
The piss room, is that
the piss room in Duluth.
Yeah.
The green room at fucking Quinlan's.
Yeah, how's that one of our most exciting stories?
It's just funny, I guess.
And Wasco stories. Those are really awesome too.
Oh, Wasco's. Yeah, some chick threw
Wasco
a
shit.
bra up on stage at Wasco's.
Was it big or small?
They're pretty big.
Yeah, but she didn't have nipples.
Yeah, she.
What?
It was weird.
It was awesome. I mean, also weird, but she straight up like lifted up her shirt and showed us her tits just to prove that she didn't have any nipples.
So were they fake ones? Were they just replaced, or what? Were they bolt-ons? What was the deal?
I think she had.
Did they have Frankenstein knobs on the side of them? Were they alive?
They were guitar dials.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude.
Jesus.
Up to 11.
That's hilarious.
I guess, yeah, that would probably be one of our craziest stories.
And they did
at
mushrooms
Wasco's.
that night.
Yeah,
and
we did
So you were sure they weren't there?
positive.
So were you sober when you saw them?
yes.
He was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were there, but like she was so pale. It
Like,
was
they
like
just was
you
so
it,
pink?
It was hard, like it just blended into the rest of her
Right,
skin.
right. So I've actually been to a strip club where in the county that they were in, they would get arrested if they didn't have pasties on. So a lot of the women that were at the strip club, they had flesh-colored pasties, so they had no areola. So it you don't understand how much it fucks a guy up when you're used to seeing a boobie one certain way, and then it's alien boobie. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going, yeah, you're expecting.
Where's
this.
the
like you
net?
wanna-
You remember the old school fucking. You know what I mean? You're waiting for the areolas to just pop up and.
It's like expecting like fucking chicken wings and it's fucking cauliflower wings or something.
Also, like, how come that is the only part of the tit that is okay? That's the only part that's not okay to show.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, they can show any other part of it.
Dude, the side is the best for me. I'm a side boob guy. I like that side boob shit where you're like, hey, there, look at that.
That is a healthy handful right there.
Yeah.
I'm certainly a cleavage lover.
There you go. There you go. You look like you're thinking about something. You were going to come up with
Just-
something really good. I like motorboats.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. You know what? Since we're talking about that, I love motorboats.
Wasco's was pretty fun. Fuck
Yeah.
Wasco's was wild, and it got, like I said, it got so fucking cold that night.
You hear that, Aaron White? They say Wasco's is fun. You should book them.
My guitar, I had it tuned, and then that fucking
Went out.
cold came in, and then it went out, and then it was like fucking 10 minutes before I went up there. I was like, oh shit! So I had to fucking get it tuned real quick.
Oh,
I got it tuned. It was good to go, but it was
So let me ask you this, man. About doing shows. When it comes to payments, how do you guys feel about how the breakdown goes? Now, do you guys book your own shows? Like, you're usually closing the night, or do you put shows together and grab all the bands and then kind of like figure out the order? Or are you one of the bands that usually jumps on shows?
a little bit of mostly jumping on shows.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'll go out there and I'll book some of my own shows.
Now let me ask you this: when you're jumping on shows, and this is something that comes up quite a bit with different bands. So you'll hear about people agreeing to do a show without really talking about the terms or talking about things like that, and it's something that a lot of people don't talk about openly. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if you're playing cover bands, sometimes you can make a little bit more money than you would doing your own stuff. But there is like an unwritten rule. You know what I mean? How do you guys feel when it comes to the breakdown of things, and what's the do's and don'ts? What's the things you won't do?
Well, if there's a touring band on the ticket, it's usually, I guess it's apparently etiquette. It's good etiquette to give your share to the touring band. And when we played a show with my other band, Bare Knuckle Brawl.
Hold on, let me ask you, where did you get that experience? Where did that happen to you? Where was that? Because I've never heard of that, being involved in the music scene 40 years. I've never heard that.
That was at White Rock. We played a show there.
Because that dude's a fucking cunt, and for him to do that to you, dude, fuck you, Steve, for doing that shit. That's bullshit right there. First of all, I'll tell you this: if you're getting on a national show, they should be big enough to hold their own fucking ticket. It has nothing to do with you, and you should be giving them shit. If you're willing to play on that show, you're helping them because they're not from your fucking town, and if they're not big enough to fucking do it. And if some shitty ass booker goes, hey man, we're gonna have you on this show, you mind playing with a national band? And you go, yeah, of course, I would love to play with a national band. And you have to headline that shit. Fuck that guy, and don't ever do shows with that prick ever again. For one, I hate people that do that shit. I hate it. And I bring this up because I've heard of people, like saying, yeah, we split the door. And then it comes down to it, and it's like a scale. Now, back in the day, it used to be a scale. Now, bands like Disturbed, who have been around for a long time, they had a lot of pull. They had a lot of things. They had the merit in town. They're the guys that could go, hey, First Avenue, we want a show. And they're like, yeah, Disturbed's a big band. We'll give you a show, because they pulled people in, right? So then now you get further into it, and it's like they're the headlining band. They keep all the people there till the end of the night. Now, through the music scene, things have changed so much. The best spots are right in the matinee, right in the middle. If you're four bands, it's two and three are the best spots. People are fighting over 2 and 3, and it just bothers the living shit out of me because you may have the oldest band that's been in town. That by all means, if you've been here more than 5 years, you should be able to headline your own shit. You shouldn't be jockeying between the two. And I think that when it comes to payments at the end of the night, it should be an open, honest conversation between the person who's going, hey, do you want to do a show? And you saying, yeah, but what's the breakdown? There should never be an animosity between somebody. What do you mean? You trying to fucking make money? No, I'm trying to think whether or not it's worth me to put my gear, meaning multiple 100 pounds, into a little ass car, drive all the way to your venue, walk 47 flights of stairs up to get to the fucking thing. And we all do this for the love of the game. So it doesn't really matter. It's not about the money. But when it comes down to the end of the night and you didn't get your drink tickets, you didn't get your little bit of water for on stage, the fucking sound guy was a cocksucker, you know what I mean? And then you get to the band that booked you, who was your homeboys that helped you out. And then you go to the band that played before or after you and they get more money than you. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shit that really bothers me. And I think that, how do you guys handle some shit like that when it comes to, do you guys talk about it? Do you get it out there? Or doesn't it really matter?
I don't think we've ever really had an
We haven't,
issue?
like this band, we haven't really had that issue, but it has been an issue like more than once now.
With the cover stuff? Like
with Bare Knuckle Brawl.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The other band, yeah. We've been on a couple shows where that was, I don't know, some people, I guess, seem to think like that is etiquette. If there's a touring band on the bill, then you should all fucking give your money to them. So they could pay for gas and whatever.
Usually when I go out there and I book a show and I get all the bands involved, I try to spread the money out evenly.
Yeah.
Whatever. We get $200, whatever, each band gets $50.
Yeah.
And then what you should try to do is make your money on your merch sales if you can,
Yeah.
Get a good deal on shirts and other things, sell some T-shirts.
Right.
Not money, whatever usually goes right back into the band anyways.
So let me ask you this: when it comes to that merch stuff, do you guys keep your stuff pretty fresh? I know that you do. That with each one of these songs that we have tonight, you guys had different artwork for each one of those tunes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all very cool artwork that you guys could use for T-shirts. Is that shit you guys do? Do you guys keep your
that
merch?
one is the Roach Lord with the roach sitting on his throne? That's one of our shirts.
That's awesome.
And that seems to be the most popular one.
Purple, fucking awesome.
Yeah, people
color.
love that one.
That's real cool.
And we got shirts with just our logo on it. We have some hats. We had some patches.
Stickers.
I used to have guitar picks with our logo on it too, but they're almost out now.
Well, and I bring this up, and I know I get on these tangents, and they get me fired up because I hate hearing about that from local bands that are, they set up shows with each other, or, they bring guys out of town, and, bands aren't getting the fucking money that they deserve to come to town, or I've always run it like this. If I've ever booked shows, and I talked about Lee's earlier before we were on the air, the bands that were out of town would always be the ones that got the money. The most money for me, because they've got to go an extra mile to to get to the venue and get to the gig. They got to spend all that, and it's a little bit extra more. But I always let the bands know, hey, these guys are going to get a little bit more, just so you guys know. And nobody's ever has a problem with it. But I think the main reason I brought this up was because I'm always curious to see how people handle that. And because it does become one of those, it's kind of taboo to talk about, like, you act like we're making real money here. No, it's the fact of getting out there. You're putting the effort, you're doing all this shit in. It's not, too hard to ask to be able to pay your studio rent.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I want the people to have their gas paid coming out there, something they maybe put back into the band.
Yeah.
Especially dudes who've got to drive. I set up a show at St. Cloud with Rat Enhancer and King Goro and Major Malfunction. And we went a little bit late. Started a little bit late because they had something going on. Yeah. The venue owner was really cool, so he compensated us for our time because he was like, "I'm sorry, we went past later than we should have." Yeah. And I took that and I split up with those guys and then split up the cover charge and just made sure they had their at least their gas paid. The money thing, man, that shit could just get so much animosity on it. But like you said, it's like, what the fuck, you're playing in a goddamn original band somewhere in the fucking basement of a place, where you're not going to be making a bunch of money. And like I said, if you're like for us, we make a majority of our stuff on our merch sales.
And that's what I was going to say. I really love the fact that you have that mindset when it comes to that, because a lot of people do. A lot of the younger bands do have that mindset. They got to get out there and sell their stuff. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? But I've also run into situations. This is a topic that's come up on the podcast a few times, where bands will get shows with these national bands, and they'll have one T-shirt, an EP, and then they'll fucking get off stage and they'll leave their shit on the table and go get drunk. And it's like, why are these bookers wasting a merit spot for people who deserve these spots, or who have 3 shirts and material out there and videos for people to watch, and you know what I mean? Like real shit for people to, they want to move forward, and these people are eating these spots. It frustrates the living shit out of me to hear that. When
Our drummer's wife holds down our merch spot. Does a pretty good job with that.
Oh yeah, big kudos to the ladies that do that shit.
Yeah, so we can go out and get drunk like jackasses, and somebody's got the merch spot.
You know what? It's part of it though. Yeah. You have to be out there to network with people, man. You have to understand. I think a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to it. But band members a lot of times. There's a lot of introverts too, where they're like, "Fuck, I just want to play and then I want to be done with it. I don't want it to go."
I love, like, the merch box. I can't. I like to sit there watching the other bands.
Yep.
Like if we get a show booked, if we're like last or whatever it is, I like to be there for each band and try to watch all their songs. You know, and before we get up and we play whatnot, I'll jump outside. I'll get warmed up on the guitar or whatnot. But I try to watch every band out there and stay for everybody at the shows.
Okay, man.
I love the music, man. I like being in the pit too for all those bands and fucking knocking elbows with people.
Yeah, like every show that we play at, it's usually us in the pit, like our band.
We are the pit until other people are like, "Fuck yeah!"
Unless Monster Dan's there.
Big shout out to Dan, man. He's fucking such a staple in this place.
I know.
There is no mosh pits without Mosher Dan, dude. You know what I mean? Like, also, this is one that I just actually asked last week that I think is a really good one. Do you guys remember promo kits?
Yeah.
You remember promo kits?
Yeah.
So back in the day, like this was my promo kit. It was, an 8x10 of the band, right? Button stickers, and we used to do VHS tapes.
Oh, cool.
I handed a VHS tape to Kerry King backstage, and he grabbed it and he looked at it and he goes, "Holy fuck, man! I can't even remember the last time I got a VHS tape." And then he went to the van and or into the bus and threw it into the bus. So I knew he like at least put it in the bus. You know what I mean? But it was hilarious. But here's something that and this day and age, man, I've been coming across again. I talk about the videos and people taking the time to do lyric videos or full pro style videos, or even and I've referred to Red Vinter and Close City Terror. They did, just the tune playing and then having, their QR code pop up and then, listen to us on this streaming platform or whatever, and kind of like rotating. And I thought that was fucking simple, easy shit. That's one thing that I really dig, that I think that people should have like a folder in their Facebook or their Instagram or one of their main social media sites is like a video. A logo, which is like a black and white logo with just your name. Because I built a flyer for that June 27th thing for the Twin Town Tyrants this week, and I panicked. I was like, "Fuck! I got to get all these logos," And so I'm going to their Facebook sites, and I was talking about Glutton for Punishment a couple weeks ago because they are one of those bands that actually listened to me and went to in their profile, and you go to your pictures, and then it says albums, and it just says logos. So it has like their picture. And then like a standard logo or in a picture with the logo on it, you know what I mean? That somebody who's booking the show could easily just grab and, throw it on a flyer or whatnot. So I always consider that kind of one of the promo deals there. Info and your, your logo, your info, which sites you're on. If you have like your logo with, all your the little Facebook icons and like all your social media sites on one just piece of paper, or like a QR code these days, man. QR codes are so
like an EPK?
And that's kind of what we've been talking about with Levi, honestly, or that I've talked with Levi, is doing like a QR code on like our little menu that we have for like our merch. That way anybody that's at the show can just come up and scan the shit.
Yep.
And off and away they go. They've got our EPK
Yep.
right there on their phone.
That's such an awesome idea these days, man, to have that stuff. And I've even said, I put down the QR code, YouTube channels, dude. By finding these videos and the topics, man, I don't know which one of you guys said looking for your band, you put in topic. That is how it's popped up a whole bunch too, man. When I do podcasts, I always tag everybody. I always put a fucking tag on everybody. So when you search somebody's name, it'll pop the Ritual Madness video up there too. But that's the thing, man. Like starting a YouTube just to have your shit up there that people can go. You know what I mean? With the QR code, it's like LinkedIn almost. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
like you have a menu for them to do it. Why not have all this shit in one centralized spot? You know what I mean? Like there's no real promo packs to send to fucking labels anymore. You know what I mean? You don't put like a whole thing together and ship it off to. I mean, I haven't in many years, but everybody's trying to keep.
I mean, you can, but it's not the same as like a promo kit with like an actual like Polaroid picture or something like that. Nowadays, it's like the EPK, the electronic press kit, where it's basically just like a link to like a website or like you said, like a LinkedIn with like all of your stuff listed there. So like you could send that to like a venue and they could just be like, oh, okay, so
That's the way to
there's
do
their
it, man, for
Spotify, there's their Instagram, so I could see pictures from like shows and other stuff from
Well, I mean, you're
the
trying
band.
to get on all these festivals now that are popping up. Again, we brought up the Manitowoc fucking festival, Metal Fest. It's a banger of a fucking bill all the way through. You know what I'm saying? But trying to get on one of those, what's the best way to do? You contact them through the email, right? You fucking drop a link to your deal. You know what I mean? Like they got it. There's so many tips, man. I'm always trying to fucking get other bands to talk about this shit, man, because everybody has a different way, a different approach to doing this shit, man. Like it's so. So let me ask you this: How about flyering when it comes to doing your shows and shit, man? How do you guys handle the flyering duties of it all?
Contract it out to somebody else.
Do you?
Basically, I mean, I can try to do it, but it's usually just on my shitty phone.
Yeah.
Usually it's somebody else, one of the band members in one of the other bands, does it better than I can.
Yeah. So you just, hey man, if you're doing it, do it extra for me.
Yeah, and if it's our last one, well, the one time we played at the Keller Bar with Rat Enhancer and King Goro.
Oh fuck!
He made a fucking flyer, and it was with Predator.
Yeah.
Holding up, and it was like the fucking coolest flyer of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still think
Yeah.
that's the fucking dopest flyer I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Dude, I love great flyers. There's
Yeah.
nothing like a great flyer, dude.
I know.
We had one where it was Freddie Mercury on fucking Darth Vader's shoulders.
Yeah.
And he's all like going like this, dude. It's so awesome, man. I was like, yes, this is so great. I think it was a Witch Den folder. It was us in Witch Den. It was fucking great, dude. You gotta love that stuff, man. You gotta make it fun, man. You know what I mean? That's the best shit, man.
And that's what we're all about is
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
You know, that's for me. That's what it's all about. Going out there and having fun,
fuck yeah, dude.
having other people have fun, having everybody have fun.
What are plans or goals for you guys in 2026?
Well, book shows.
and crank out some new material.
Yeah, crank out some new material. I'd like to get some songs recorded. We have songs that we play live that we haven't recorded yet, so we want to get those taken care of so we can get those out.
How many you guys got ready to roll?
2 right now, right?
Let's see. We need to re-record Flesh Possession because it turned out sounding like absolute dog shit. So yeah, that one. We didn't do a click track on that one. We were not ready to record that one. It was a bad idea to try to record it.
It's probably 3.
And then I think we got 3.
You got that one.
We got 3 in the pipeline.
We have a song called Cuban Missile Dino Crisis. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. And then we have a song that we've played like 2 times live now.
Yeah.
It's called Violence is the Answer. So hopefully we get
choose violence.
Yeah, basically. So those 3 songs we can get recorded. Want to get those recorded and just play some more shows, man.
Hell yeah.
I love play. That's my favorite thing to do is play shows.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Go out there and play shows and have a
Get
good
up
time.
there. That's what you did all them hours to
Yeah.
figure the damn thing out for, right?
Yeah.
Just get up there and throw down, man. Fucking A. Let it rip. I appreciate you guys taking the time to come in and do this fucking shit. And I know you guys, like you said, you're writing and ready to record some shit. So when you do, let's set up another one. And when you guys are ready to release some shit, and we'll come back on here and release some cool tunes and talk some more shit.
That'll be fun.
Tell me about the King of Cruel.
King of Cruel.
I wrote the lyrics to that one.
Yeah, I'll let you tell it.
Inspired by the kind of two characters together from the Game of Thrones books.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the series, the books, more like the show.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, season 8 ended, it all sucked.
Right.
But I was just getting through those together, and our old guitar player Logan had some riffs, and it was another one of those that we just kicked out on a fucking Friday and a Saturday.
Nice.
And we actually had some different riffs for it once, and it didn't work. So
I didn't like the way it sounded.
yeah, it sucked. And then we tried something else, and that kicked ass, and that's what we went with.
Gotta love it when it does work.
Yeah, yeah. It's about a song about a dude torturing people.
There you go.
Yeah,
Some Joffrey.
yeah. Well, it's more like
Oh, the fucking.
Ramsey
it's more like
Ramsey
Ramsey
Bolton,
Bolton,
there you go.
and then fucking Magor the Cruel.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like those two guys kind of put together.
I love that lore of that shit, man.
Yeah,
It
me
was
too,
such
man.
A great show,
I listen to some podcasts that really goes beyond the lore
Really?
on that stuff.
No shit.
So I'm like a super huge nerd on that stuff.
Really?
I fucking love it. Yeah.
You'll have to tell me what they are.
Oh yeah, and then like Dunk and Egg that just came out.
Yeah,
That
I watched that
97
whole
Kingdoms.
thing.
I fucking love that. It was
I,
so
I
good.
watched with a smile on my face the
It's
whole
so
time,
good,
dude.
dude.
I loved it.
So good.
My daughter just came over the other day, and she was like, "So is it good?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's really good." And she's like, "I didn't like House of Dragons," and I was like, "Why not?" And she goes, "It just jumped around way too much. I didn't understand it." And I was like, "It does take a little bit to figure it out." And but I told her, I was like, "Hey, there's a ton of lore on YouTube. You can go and check it out." That's where it pulled me further into Dunk and Egg. You know what I mean? So
I read the Fire and Blood book for it.
Yeah.
Blood and Fire, whatever which one
Yeah.
it is. But that was really good. And I read the Dunk and Egg books. And that one, right, that first season is probably the most true to like the source material
seen
there
that.
is. So
I seen that.
it's wonderful. And that inspired me, like the lore behind that whole world inspired me for that King of Cruel song.
Oh yeah, what a great way to do that one, man. Any shout outs? You guys want to say what's up to anybody or good night to anybody or no?
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Yeah, give a shout out to all the boys. It's so hard to go out there and name, but we played shows with you guys. If you're listening, shout out to all you guys, especially let's say some guys we've really forged a friendship with. I think I'm gonna give a special shout out to War Party just because, our styles are a little bit different. But I played so many shows with those guys now, and I just love those dudes. Those are my bros.
Oh yeah, dude.
And,
they shouted you out earlier today too up on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
They posted it, reposted.
Oh
it.
yeah, yep. And the dudes from Rat Enhancer too.
Oh yeah.
Good guys to party with, jam shows with. They fucking make me laugh, and that's my favorite kind of metal is that party fun type of metal.
Fuck yeah. Dude.
Telekinetic.
Telekinetic Overdrive, yep.
Oh yeah.
The boys in Divided Mass again. That's
Yeah,
my friends.
Yep.
Mommy Says No. Those guys are fun. Fucking Bare Knuckle Brawl.
Yeah.
Not only because he's in it, he's actually like the worst part of the band.
That's true. Yeah.
Chris
Worst
from that
part of-
band, that guy's a true fucking believer, man. Fucking nicest guy you fucking know.
That's awesome, dude.
Fucking killer fucking riffs. Just fucking all around cool guy. Love him.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I had a great time. It was great to meet you guys in person, and like I said, you guys have been popping in and out of my radar for a couple years now. So it's cool to have you on and get to know you guys. And fucking, like I said, when you guys got some new material or you got shows coming up, make sure I get the flyers and I'll shoot them around with all the others.
The grind has been fun.
Yeah.
It has. 2025 was a busy year for us last year. We played a lot of fucking shows last year.
Well, that's good, man. Keep busy.
Oh yeah,
Summer's coming, man. It's going to be a good time. There's a lot of shit. A lot of
we
good
don't.
shows.
If like I said, anybody's out there and you want to get us on a show or any bookers out there, we're open. So
Hell yeah.
get us on something, please.
Yeah, get a hold of them. How can they get a hold of you, actually?
Well, you can just fucking message us on my Facebook page or Instagram, or you just reach me personally through Facebook, Eric Harker, whatever you want to find it.
Awesome.
So-
Again, thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate it, man. Good times.
All right.
We're going to take a listen to this last one, King of Cruel. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. All you folks in the chat, thank you very much. I believe that's Neil in there saying hello. Thank you very much for stopping in, brother. I loved your podcast with Patrick and the at the bar with. That was fantastic, dude. I don't know if I told you that or not. I'm a stoner, so I forget things. But next week is Sledge. If you want to join us on Friday, I appreciate y'all. Again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to support all the shows strolling on the bottom down there. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you to all the new likes and subscribes out there, man. I've been getting a rush, and we're getting very close to 700 subscribers and making that mad push for 1,000. We've been at this for quite a while. I think 13 years, I said.
Yeah.
But, again, on and off with the audio and the video. So I'm struggling. I love it. It's still a good time, man. You know what I'm saying? So thanks again for coming out. We're gonna play this fucking tune. We're out of here. Peace out. Yeah. Have a good one. Yeah.
Lightning Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual